behind.
Where, man? I don't see shit.
He's right, there's nothing back here.
Here, you try some of this now. I know you got to be hungry. Hey. There now. Don't you feel better, huh?
Do you know of the film trope known as Black Dude Dies First? According to tvtrope.org, in a film which involves a lot of character deaths, it seems like the token minority will inevitably be the first person to go and kick the bucket. In a less politically correct Hollywood of yesteryears, when movies were generally meant to appeal to the white audience, it was quite avant-garde for George Romero to have a black protagonist like Band. Neither would you find too many cool characters like Blade, Michonne, or Frank Armitage. Back to tvtrope.org. In the new tense, this began to approach discredited trope territory as Black Lives Matter became a prominent socio-political movement and increasingly genre-savvy audiences developed a tendency to groan when the token minority was first on the chopping block. Horror movies are much more likely to lampshade or parody the trope than play it straight these days. Hi Lights Out family, Welcome to another episode of After Dark with KK and the second movie review segment for the show. Today, I'm looking into a horror comedy from 2023 which poked fun of the black dude dies first trope and had a ball of a time doing it.
Snag one.
Snag one?
Yeah, snag one and put him in the bucket.
I seen this movie. The black dude dies first. You snag it.
Oh, don't be scared. Come on, we came for a specimen. Now snag one. Come on. Not gonna hurt you. Look, he's turned the other way. He's eating.
Come on, my little red lobster. Come on, my sexy little crustacean. Come on.
Police are asking anyone to come forward.
Report live for Black TV. White folks are dead. We're getting the f*** out of here. Let's roll, Jack. Come on, back. Let's go, motherfucker. Go, go.
The concept of the Blackening came from comedian Dwayne Perkins in a short made for Comedy Central, with the idea of the black cast member is always the first to die in a horror movie, but what happens when everyone is black? Perkins and co-writer Tracy Oliver, who gave us 2017's Ghost Trip, worked on the script in 2020, and director Tim Story, who had a decent filmography like 2005's Fantastic Four and 2002's Barber Shop, was enlisted to shoot the movie. From the prologue, it certainly looked like the setting was a mishmash of Jumanji and Saw in a cabin in the wood. All were very easy to pique my interest. After shit hits the fan, we were introduced to our main crew who were to join the pair in the prologue to celebrate Juneteenth. Juneteenth? It is an American federal holiday to commemorate the ending of slavery on June the 19th of 1865. President Joe Biden signed the Juneteenth National Independence Day Act in 2021 to recognize as a federal holiday which broadly for celebration of African American culture. From the onset, the racial element was apparent, and the filmmakers certainly used the social commentary of the issues surrounding the black population into a horror movie which was nuanced and earnest, and it did not come off as jarring. The writers of the plot were certainly hitting the horror tropes and had a ball of time doing it. From the point when the gang hit the redneck town with hostility towards them simmering, to when Allison said let's split up to the chagrin of the whole gang.
Don't say it.
Don't you dare.
Don't say this dumb shit.
We have to split up.
The characters in the movie were aware of their predicament and were smartened to deal with what they were put through. On the flip side, this type of snarkiness from the characters and the influx of esoteric racial jokes might be a bit of a turn off to the global audience. Personally, once Perkins delivered most of the trailer-baiting, eye-catching jokes, which after watching the short film he made, seems almost like a carbon copy, there was a drop-off in quality of the plot.
Nigga the most. See? Y'all can't pick me. I'm gay. I voted for Trump. What? Why?
When it comes to unraveling of the mystery and the catharsis of the multiple kills, there was a blatant lack of meat on the bone. I do enjoy the cast and their innate chemistry building as the movies goes on, and it was the real highlight of the movie. The female cast members like Grace Byers playing Allison and ex-Mayo as Shanika lit up the screen with their humor and charisma that certainly outdo their male counterparts. As a group watch for your horror-loving buddies, this would be an ideal contender. The horror tropes and the comedic nuance certainly make this a jolly good time, with snacks and perhaps a drinking game. I will give The Blackening a solid 7 out of 10. Jordan Peele's footing in the horror genre with his films like Get Out, Us, and Nope might have a hand in opening doors for more black horror directors. Remy Wick's 2020 feature, His House, received rave reviews from critics and audiences who still chance upon it on Netflix. Emmanuel Osei Kufo Jr. also garnered rave reviews for Black Box on Amazon Prime Video in the same year. Nia Da Costa gave us the stunning sequel to 1992 The Candyman, leading her to be the youngest and the first female director of the Marvel Cinematic Universe with the Marvels in 2023. In the same year, another young African American director, Bomani J. Story, gave us a gritty urban adaptation of Mary Shelley's The Frankenstein with the angry girl and her monster. I wanted to have an in-depth discussion on the influence of Mary Shelley's 1818 Gothic novel, Frankenstein or the modern Prometheus, but we could be here for another half an hour. The reanimation of the undead by scientific means would certainly be more suited in some Gothic German castle rather than an urban project neighborhood with gun-trotting street gangs and drug peddling. Being a typical HDB residing Singaporean, my idea of such gang-ridden project was from what I had seen in The Wire. And the gang led by a leader called Kango and his armchair in the middle of the place certainly reminded me of that. Our protagonist, 17-year-old Vicaria, which of course is the personification of Victor Frankenstein here, suffered the death of both her mother and brother to gun violence, and she felt death is a disease that she could strive to eradicate. So with her wits and knowledge and a whole lot of Deus Ex Machina, she resurrected her brother Chris, who in his huge frame, the dreadlocks and the hooded face, worked as an effective monster, well, at least in the movie. You have a monster who still holds a grudge from his tragic death, and you have a surrounding with people who directly and indirectly caused his death. Heads were always bound to roll. Caught in the line of fire is Vicaria, who might find monsters in places much closer to home. First-time director Story, who coincidentally shared the same last name of the director from The Blackening, had been developing this script for years and dedicated the character of Vicaria to his older sister, who he cherished his childhood watching horror movies with. At a runtime of 92 minutes, it was an easy sit, and the plot was not awfully convoluted. The performances were good, especially Leia DeLeon in the leading role of Vicaria, who is generally a TV actress but held the emotions remarkably on the big screen. One recognizable face was Chad L. Coleman, who played the drug addict father of Vicaria. He played Tyrese in season 3 to 5 of The Walking Dead. Like Tyrese, the character here was battling with a lot of inner demons due to the people he lost in his life, and Coleman had the perfect face with the same expression for it. Special highlight to that little girl. Boy, was she creepy. I would not say I thoroughly enjoyed the angry girl and her monster, but it was a refreshing setting. The horror set pieces were on point, but the monster were not going to give many people nightmares anytime soon. It is a 6 out of 10 from me. With this pair of films, I hope we get to see more African American horror features not predominantly made by Jordan Peele. Thank you for your time. As usual, support all of us on the Lights Out channel on YouTube. You can join our group on Facebook. Let us know if you have a supernatural story to share or what content you would like to see from us. Good night.